Billy was a 12-year-old boy living in the quiet suburbs of Portland, Oregon. He loved reading superhero comics, watching cartoons on Saturday mornings, and riding his bike with his friends down winding neighborhood streets. But behind his bright smile and playful spirit, Billy had a secret. He was terrified of almost everything. He was afraid of the dark, afraid of shadows that danced on his bedroom wall, afraid of strange noises at night. At school, he was too scared to try new things, too afraid to jump from the high steps with his friends, worried they might laugh if he failed. His parents often encouraged him, telling him there was nothing to fear. His teachers gently pushed him to step outside his comfort zone, but Billy's fear only seemed to grow larger and stronger, like a dark cloud that followed him everywhere. One sunny Saturday afternoon, Billy decided to ride his bike to visit his grandpa. Grandpa lived just a few blocks away, in a small house with a big front porch covered in ivy and wildflowers. Grandpa was 73, with silver hair and kind blue eyes that always seemed to be laughing at some secret joke. He loved sitting in his old rocking chair on the porch, sipping mint tea and listening to old jazz records. When Billy arrived, Grandpa immediately saw the worry on his grandson's face. Grandpa asked, rocking slowly, "What's bothering you today, champ?" Billy looked down at his shoes, then confessed everything: the dark, the noises, the fear of being laughed at, the fear of failing, the fear of trying. As he spoke, his voice trembled and his eyes filled with tears. Grandpa nodded gently, never interrupting. When Billy finished, Grandpa patted the empty rocking chair beside him. Grandpa said, "Come sit here, I've got a story for you." Once upon a time, Grandpa began, there was a wise Zen master. One day he was having dinner with some friends high up on the 7th floor of a tall building. Suddenly, the earth started shaking. A huge earthquake hit. Everyone panicked. They jumped up, screaming and running toward the stairs. But the Zen master didn't move. He just sat quietly in his chair, eyes closed, face peaceful, as if nothing was happening. The host of the dinner, halfway down the stairs, looked back and saw the master sitting still. He felt ashamed. How could a guest remain so calm while he, the host, ran away in fear? Even though his legs trembled, the host stopped and walked back up to sit beside the master. The earthquake passed. Afterward, the Zen master calmly opened his eyes and continued the exact same conversation from before, as though nothing had happened. The host, still shaking, said, "Please, don't say anything right now. I can't understand anything after what just happened, but I must ask you one question. Why didn't you run? Weren't you afraid?" The master smiled and replied, "I also escaped, but while you escaped outwardly, I escaped inwardly. Wherever you run, the earthquake is still there. You can run to the 6th floor, the 5th floor. It makes no difference. I escaped to a place inside myself where no earthquake can reach. I went to my center, my deepest place of stillness." Grandpa paused and looked deeply into Billy's eyes. Grandpa said, "You see, Billy, the master didn't avoid the danger by running away. He found a place inside him that was untouched by the shaking world." Billy sat silent. A breeze rustled the ivy, and a bird landed on the porch railing, tilting its head curiously. Grandpa leaned forward and put a hand over Billy's heart. Grandpa said, "This right here is your center. When you're scared, don't run away. Don't look for a place to hide outside. Go in here. Find the quiet spot where nothing can scare you." Billy listened carefully. Grandpa guided him to take slow, deep breaths, feeling the rise and fall of his chest, listening to the gentle beat of his heart. That day, for the first time, Billy didn't try to fight or hide from his fears. Instead, he just noticed them, like watching dark clouds drifting across the sky. In the days that followed, Billy started to change. At school, when his friends dared him to jump from the top step, he felt his heart race, but he took a deep breath, found his center, and tried. He landed awkwardly, but he laughed instead of crying. At night, when the wind howled and shadows flickered, Billy remembered Grandpa's words. He would sit quietly, close his eyes, and feel the calm place inside. Slowly, the monsters in his mind lost their power. Billy's friends began to notice that he was braver, more willing to try new games and challenges. His parents saw a new spark in his eyes, a quiet confidence that they had never seen before. Today, we live in a world full of fears. We fear losing our jobs, failing in school, being rejected, not fitting in, or not living up to expectations. We drown ourselves in distractions, endless scrolling on our phones, noisy entertainment, busy schedules, all in an attempt to avoid our inner discomfort. But just like the host in Grandpa's story, no matter where we run, the earthquake follows us. The story of Billy and his grandpa teaches us that the only real escape isn't outward but inward. We all have a center inside us, a quiet place untouched by storms, criticism, and failures. When we learn to return there, we discover true strength and freedom. By taking time to pause, breathe, and listen to our hearts, we find that most of what we fear isn't real danger but stories our minds invent. Just like Billy, each of us can become a hero, not by defeating the whole world, but by understanding and calming our inner world first. So next time you feel afraid, don't run away, sit down, take a breath, and find that unshakable place inside. Because sometimes the bravest thing we can do is not to fight the world, but to make peace with ourselves. I hope you found this story helpful. If you enjoyed today's story, be sure to hit the like button. It might seem like a small thing, but because of how the YouTube algorithm works, videos with more likes tend to get shown to more people. So your like really helps this video reach others who might need it too. And if you find my content valuable, consider subscribing. It really helps more people discover it. Thanks for watching, and I wish you and your family good health and peace. See you in the next story.